Hello, Christ Church family. I sure hope you are doing well. I wanted to take a moment in today's update to let you know about a few important things relative to worship. First of all, beginning on September 5th, you're no longer going to need to make a reservation to come to worship. Instead, there'll be an opportunity for you to check in once you arrive. Now I want to talk about worship on September 12th and beyond. You may remember way back in a time long ago, before there was ever a thing called COVID, we had a worship study team that brought forth recommendations to our church council and were approved in the winter, early spring of 2020. We had hoped to put that into play in August of 2020, but that didn't happen. Here we are, some 18 months later, and we are finally ready to enact those recommendations. So beginning on September 12th, you're going to start noticing that the 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. service are a little bit different from one another. The 9 a.m. service is going to have an acoustic feeling to it. Dr. Daniel Steiner and Brandon Miller, our Director of Children and Family Ministries, are going to give leadership to the music of that service. Your pastors will be a part of leading the liturgy. We're going to use the historic liturgies of the church, but you're probably going to notice it has kind of an ancient future feel to it. We will have communion every week at the 9 a.m. service. As for 11 o'clock, it's probably going to look and feel a little bit more like what you were accustomed to here in the last year online and since we've been back in person. It'll be a traditional worship service. Dr. Daniel Steiner will give musical leadership. He'll use choirs, vocal ensembles, musical guests, all of those kinds of things to be part of that service. We'll use liturgy, creeds, and we'll celebrate communion on the first Sunday of each month and every week during Advent and Lent. Now, I've told you about the differences between the two services. Let me tell you what's going to be the same. Your pastoral team will be here. Your staff will be here. We're going to preach the same sermon. We're going to preach the same text each week in worship at both services. We're probably going to, at both services, use these two books, the hymnal and the Bible, and along with the faith we sing. So actually, there's more than likely going to be more in common with the two services than is different. You might be asking, well, how do I know which service should I attend? That's a really good question. And my answer would be, you gotta try both and see which feels like the right fit. And probably try each one more than once. And then you can begin to get a sense of what's gonna be a good fit for you and or your family. If you've got questions or concerns, I'm always eager to hear feedback and to receive your blessings, comments, and yes, constructive criticism as we work together. And I would just remind us, this was a recommendation from the laity of the church given to the clergy and staff, and we're simply trying to live into that alongside you. And remind us that while we certainly want to meet the diverse needs of our congregation, we are always and everywhere as followers of Christ called to be reaching new people. And part of how you reach new people is doing a new thing. God is always and everywhere up to a new thing. So let's trust that the Spirit is going to blow in and through this place in some incredible ways. I'm very excited about these new worship offerings, and I can't wait to see you here in person on September 12th. Take care, have a great week, and we'll see you soon.